Juicejacking, weird name, we know, but you don't want to be a victim.
No, you don't. Boston 25 News reporter Wale Alayu explains why you should take an extra look at your next phone charging station.
Since many of you will be traveling this holiday season, we thought it'd be a good time to remind you of the dangers of juice jacking. No, not that type of juice. We're talking about protecting your phone. Walk around the airport. I couldn't help but notice, but your phone is plugged into this public USB port. And you will notice.
I charge it before I leave. I charge it at the airport.
Almost everyone's.
I just lost my adapter and I just used this.
Charging their phone. Have you ever heard of juice jacking?
No.
Juice jacking is what happens when you plug your phone into a public USB port a person before you hacked with the virus.
It's a really simple scam where bad guys will infect the outlets, they'll infect the chargers so that there's a virus on there. And when you plug your device into it, that virus goes right onto your device and it spies on everything that you do. Usernames, passwords, credit cards, websites visited, email. The bad guy can see everything.
No, I didn't know that. Wow, so I should take it out now.
Yes, take it out and put it on the adapter. You are safe plugging it into a wall or an external battery, but anywhere else, not so much.
I claim no copyright for this. For people who don't know, the external battery thing is okay, but problem is that also has the same tech on it as well that they laced malware on. So here's the deal: if you were to go up to one of these public outlet stations here, and you were to plug up your portable battery that you would plug your device into, basically the virus would just transfer over to that portable battery, and then the minute you plug that portable battery holder up to your phone, the virus transfers from the battery holder onto your device. Problem is wall sockets. Here's the deal. What you being a TI and all that, right? A fellow TI. The FBI have been known to install spy tech wall sockets. If you were to take this out of the wall, you would see a circuit board right behind it. Not an ordinary circuit board, because in reality, it is not supposed to be a circuit board behind a wall outlet at all. That's just one of the things that they do. But also, they got it to where I'm guessing they don't necessarily have to do it that way now. They can because as you know, electrical magnetic currents can travel through copper. However, it could, well, not really through it, but just along copper, which is why you would see some, copper-induced cords. Now, I thought that they weren't able to just hack into stuff like that. I don't know, but I believe the main issue here, it's a common trend that I've started to notice that they'll do whenever you get a new device. They always go for the IMEI number. Every time. They would always go for it. So if they ever get a hold of that number, you start seeing hackings happen and you get rid of it and it comes back, you need to change your IMEI number. You can look up many different ways to do this. And as soon as you do that, well, they're not going to know. But of course, they got the monitoring thing. Well, all you got to do is just use Zacchaeus' video. His tones are on this channel. You'll be able to find it. And he has several tones that can block them from seeing anything. And all you got to do is just change your stuff. But the problem is, it's not only what you're seeing, it's also what you're thinking. So there's two issues with that, because once you use it once, you got to use it again and again and again. And chances are when I say these individuals are really desperate to know everything about you, I am not joking. They make every single minute from every single second of their life all about you, and not in a good way. I mean, you could literally scratch your ass and then they'll just be on it like white on rice. Okay. Like that in depth. Like this takes Peeping Tom to a whole new perspective and a whole new level. starting to actually believe we really are surrounded by reptilians because of the behaviorism that's happening. I don't know if anybody else noticed it though, but like there has been like some seriously unusual behavior happening lately. I'm not gonna go into detail about it because the perps are listening, but I mean like really, really unusual. And it's just as I said, man, like there's stuff about this world we live in that we just don't know that's been hidden from us for so long. And it's getting to a point to where these things that were hidden from us, well, they can't hide it anymore. They can't. They want to. And sorry about that. They claim no copyright for the stuff shown there. But yeah, man, like it's really getting to that point. I've long since stopped caring about what any of these perps are saying because look, if you don't even have the balls to say it to my face, you're a punk. Oh, and guess what? If they do say it to my face, well, guess what? That's all the evidence I need. But you see, they're not going to do that. No, they're going to walk by and say it, but they won't say it to your face. And if that doesn't bother you, then they're just going to find something else. And the way I see it though, like this is, and especially when I started to visualize it in this moment to how I don't know how exactly I did it. I don't know if you would really call this an ultra instinct moment or something like that. I don't know, but it was just nothing that they said fazed me. And whenever they would just do their portracious acts, I wouldn't even pay them no mind. I'd just be immediately focused out on what I was doing, whenever it came to work and anything else. It was just like they just weren't even like it just wasn't even worth me even paying any attention to it. It's just bam, they would do their outrageous shit and I'll just walk right past it, not even giving them a look, not even giving them a glance, not even noticing what they were doing. It's as if they weren't even there, and they did not like that at all. And when I'm telling you when they didn't like that, I mean they got desperate. And I'm not even joking. I'm not. I wish I was joking, but like seriously, they got really desperate when I started to do that. They got kind of lazy today. If you see one of my earlier videos, I wish I had enough room to be able to get a lot of that down because I actually called them they were literally in the act, not even having anything ready of the whole cleaning shit that's going on. And I'm like, okay, no mask, and there's police outside. Aren't these people supposed to be fined $1,000 fucking if they're not wearing a mask? So at this point, they know what they're doing. They don't even give a fuck anymore. But as soon as I started to raise concerns about it, they actually started to play catch up and started getting their shit, together because they knew that they were fucking up. And it wasn't until I started recording that they actually started to play catch up. So that actually did apply to them. But the thing about this is that with each recording that any TI does to catch shit like this, that's letting you know when you say a certain area that you're in that these perpetrator's acts are happening, that's letting you know that there are people in that area that are responsible for this bullshit and pushing for it. Even with this corruption, that lets people know that the assholes who are basically trying to steal our freedom away are in the vicinity of that area that is being filmed. And you see, that exposes them. Okay, I don't want to play that per se. But anyway, I'm just gonna, as you can see, that's from Robert Sinos.com channel. I just wanted to show that to people. And no, it's not just the USB ports, it's also the wall outlets too. This is why a generator is needed. You need to get yourself a type of generator. I'm already working on doing that. I still got to get the solar panels for it because you never know what may happen. Just getting that just to be safe, to still stay connected still and all that stuff, But yeah, man, like, definitely be careful about that because, like, malware is definitely like a virus. Like, you could have that, they could have that laced into your outlet. Like I said before, If you were to go and plug like your external battery in there, that's an instant way to get it on there. The minute you plug up your device, well, that's automatically on there. If you've all have seen the video that I recently posted, and it's about browser hijackers, on how they get into your system apps and stuff like that, it's just as I stated before. The way to undo that, right? The way to undo that is to basically, hear me out on this, basically do a root uninstallation of that thing that's on there. Now, here's the deal. I'm not going to have to really worry about the virus shit after a while because, once I have my generator, what I'm going to do simply is just do a factory reset and just reset my stuff. And when I plug the device in this time, I won't even have to worry about a virus because, well, it's not going to get uploaded. It's not even going to be on the systems. You see, that's how they get you, is when you plug it in. But you see, with the generator, I don't have to do that. I believe this thing has to be like on an active current too. And what the thing about like places like in public areas, those jacks and those electronic icons and stuff like that, those are actively current, always on. So when they lace that stuff on there like that, right? Because of that power still supplying it, the virus doesn't really, go anywhere. It just stays there. But, once you turn it off, I mean, I think that's it. I don't know. Like, I'm not too for certain about the in-depthness of this. Like, if it was to even be unplugged, if it just stays on there. I do know that they have a modified cord that they can lace malware onto. And there have been videos that they said, yes, they can put these on USB cords. As far as anything else is concerned, I guess the best thing to really have is those plugless chargers. I think that's the best bet because that way you don't have to worry about that, You don't have to worry about that. I think I have one of those laying around here somewhere, but I gotta check for it. But yeah, like that's just the thing. Like, cause you see, if it's like a cordless charger, then the malware won't even be put on the phone. But when you have something that like you're plugging in, that's a way that it gets latched onto your phone or your device, your tablet, what mind you, stuff like that. So the solution here is to basically have a cordless charger. In fact, I'm gonna see if I can find me somewhere. Anyway, that's about all I got to show on this, and I am gonna be looking for more methods that they use to hack you. And here's the problem: like when it comes to your Wi-Fi and your router and stuff, man. Here's the deal. When you have a hacked device after you had it laced with this stuff, they can see just about everything that you're doing and all that, right? They can see this stuff. So it doesn't, even if you change your password, it doesn't really do you any amount of good because, well, they're still going to be able to get into your systems. Looks like David Lawrence has something. Let's check him out.
Well, hey there, hero. It's David H. Lawrence, the 17th, and today I've got a prop. It's a USB charging and sync cable for a phone. One end is USB, the other end is Lightning. I use an iPhone. And today I've got a cautionary tale for you. A new form of hacking, but I've also got a solution that apparently only CNET Radio, or CNET, not CNET Radio. I'm so used to saying CNET Radio after years and years and years of being on CNET Radio, I can't just say CNET. But CNET's the only one that I found that actually got this. So here's the deal. There's a new way for you to get hacked on your mobile phone, and it's something called juice jacking. So I'm going to let our local Los Angeles prosecution, law area department, city law department, explain to you what juice jacking is. Here you go.
When you're out and about, you might have seen a public USB charging station at an airport or shopping center. But be warned, a free charge could end up draining your bank account. In the USB charger scam, otherwise known as juice jacking, criminals load malware onto charging stations or cables they leave at the kiosk. Once the unsuspecting user plugs in, their phone or electronic device becomes infected. Within minutes of being plugged in, the malware could lock the device or send private information like passwords, addresses, or even a full backup of the phone directly to the criminal. Here are some tips so you don't become a victim of fraud. Use an AC power outlet, not a USB charging station. Take AC and car chargers for your devices when you travel. And consider buying a portable charger for emergencies. Follow the LADA's office on Twitter and Instagram and use the hashtag FraudFriday.
Okay, so that's juice jacking. The problem is there were some good possible solutions there. You know, don't plug directly into one of those charging stations that you find at airports and restaurants and stuff directly with this end, the USB end, because this cable not only carries power, it also carries data. What you want to do is add a two-prong adapter to it and plug it into an actual electrical port. Not that hackers couldn't figure out how to wire an electrical port. I don't mean to scare you with that. But there's one really easy way to make sure that you're not being juice jacked. And by the way, this can happen not only where they described it in that video, but also in an Uber or a Lyft. It could look like that cord coming out of their, cigarette lighter is just a power cord, but it could be connected to a computer. So just be really, really careful. And here's the one thing that you can do that will assure that you'll know whether or not it's being charged or not. If all that happens on your phone is that little lightning bolt shows up in the charging box, great. But if your phone says something along the lines of, do you trust this computer? This is a new computer. This computer would like to connect with your phone. Is there a reason why you shouldn't? If you get a dialog box that looks like you're connecting to a sink syncing your data rather than a simple charge of electricity, that's when you disconnect. Don't wait. Don't say no. Don't say yes. Just disconnect. And if that doesn't happen, then unless they've figured out something really, really arcane, you should be good to go. But it's one more reason. This is hearkening back to the days of when I was doing a tech radio show every week. Because hackers have so much time. They're like water on a rock. They have so much time, and anti-malware people that fight against hackers, they don't know where the next threat is coming from. Hackers are thinking about it and trying things out, but yeah, it's just crazy. Let me know if you've heard about juice jacking. I'd love to know what your thoughts are on the whole hacking thing in the comments below, and I hope that helps you stay safe. If you'd like to get on my list, I'd love to have you. There's no hack involved there.
Let's try this one out. Seems very...
Another tech issue you should be thinking about is juice jacking. It happens when you plug your device into a USB port and hackers take all of your information in the process. Experts at BLH Computers in Springfield say plugging your device into these ports transfers your data to what it's plugged into. And when your device is attached, hackers can also upload a virus or malware onto your phone. But these USB ports aren't the only thing you should be wary of. You also need to avoid using other people's charging cords.
The cord can actually have a USB.
The problem is the social media, man, the hackers work for them, okay? We've all of us TIs know this shit. The hackers work for them, or at least a fraction of them do. Problem is, well, they're not going to spill the real secrets on how to prevent this. So I'm going to leave it off as to here, and I'm going to go search maybe through TrueTube or some other social media outlets that actually promote stuff that will help out in the long run. And I'm going to get back to you all with that in the next video. Until then, take care, stay safe, and stay prayed and armored up. This is MM. I'm over and out.